Welcome to another edition of Berg is the Word. I'm going to be breaking down the Buccaneers' 27-23 loss to the Tennessee Titans in a game where Jameis Winston turned the ball over 4 times today. And yet again, we've got another game where Winston turns the ball over multiple times. And it's not just one game, it is nearly now a 5-year sample size with this guy. And at what point do we continue to coddle him? He has the most giveaways in the NFL since 2015. Let me pull this stat up for you because they flashed it during the Fox broadcast, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind how many times Winston has turned the ball over since he came into the league in 2015. Let me pull this up. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. Winston's turned the ball over. I don't know if this was going into the game, 88 times since 2015. The other leaders in that category, Blake Bortles with 76, Eli Manning with 74. So he's turned the ball over, whether through interception or fumble, considerably more than any other quarterback in this league. And again, to me, it comes down to this. It's not just a one-game sample size. With Winston, he continually flubs his next opportunity to succeed. And we saw it yet again today, coming off of a game where he had 6 turnovers, 5 interceptions, and a fumble in London off the bye week. And today, 4 turnovers. Now, if you're a Buccaneers fan, you might feel that the special teams play where the Titans punter on the fake field goal attempt tried to run for the first down, rookie linebacker Devin White laid the Titans punter out. And it looked like he fumbled, and one of the Buccaneers players scooped it up and ran it for a touchdown. And a replay showed that the ball was coming out when White hit the punter. You could argue that play cost the Buccaneers this game. The referees blew the play dead, and they decided that the punter was down, even though the replay showed otherwise. The Buccaneers got the ball back, and Winston, again, continually flubs it. And what I want to know, if you're a Buccaneers fan, if you're watching this, Winston's in a contract year. He's in his 5th season with the team, the first overall pick of the 2015 draft. The Buccaneers have a decision to make. Do you want to franchise tag this guy, bring him back for 1 year at a premium, pay him a pretty high price? Do you want to give him a long-term extension? Do you want to let him go in free agency and either explore free agency to bring in a replacement or look at the 2020 draft where you might have some quarterback talent come in? Because time and time and time again, Winston does not get the job done, and the Buccaneers fall to 2-5 and lose a game that they probably should have won today. And the Titans look like they've moved on from their first-round draft pick in 2015, Marcus Mariota. Ryan Tannehill started today's game and has since replaced Mariota as the starter at Tennessee. The Buccaneers don't have a guy that could replace Winston. Blaine Gabbert is on his 4th team in his career. He's been a journeyman quarterback. He's a backup quarterback at best. Ryan Griffin is in his 7th year in the league. Used to play down in New Orleans under Sean Payton. Sean Payton's not the kind of coach who would let a guy with real talent away and just let his team get rid of a guy. So if Ryan Griffin were really that great in his 7th year in the NFL, he'd have already started a game. The Buccaneers don't have a guy like Ryan Fitzpatrick like they did last year. And yet again, we see Winston, who is just an absolute turnover machine. In the postgame news conference, head coach Bruce Arians said Winston didn't have, and I'm quoting here, one damn interception that was his fault. At what point do we have to stop coddling Jameis Winston and start treating him like he's a veteran quarterback? He's in his 5th season as a quarterback. You can't tell me that interception where he was trying to throw over his lineman to Chris Godwin and airmailed it over Chris Godwin's head directly to the Titans defender, you can't tell me that wasn't his fault. And here's the thing with Winston, you can keep making excuses for him. But what the sample size shows us in nearly 5 seasons now with the Buccaneers, and with what we keep continually seeing with his next opportunity, is that he doesn't take advantage of his next opportunity. A 5-year sample size should be enough for the Buccaneers to know that at the end of the season, they probably need to move on and identify a new or different quarterback that will lead this team into the future. Because yet again, we have another game where Winston has multiple turnovers. And it's awfully hard to win in this league when you commit multiple turnovers. And that continually happens with the Buccaneers under the direction of Jameis Winston. Winston had 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. His completion percentage today, 48.8%. Again, you could argue that the Buccaneers recovered fumble and ran it back for a touchdown with 3 minutes left, cost them the game. The play was whistled dead. The Buccaneers also outgained the Titans 389 to 246. 389 total yards for the Buccaneers, 246 total yards for the Tennessee Titans. And the Buccaneers fall short today in Nashville, Tennessee against the Tennessee Titans. If you have any comments or questions for me, please feel free to reach out. My name is Mark Bergin. Again, this is another edition of Berg is the Word. If you enjoyed it, feel free to share it with people on your timelines. I really appreciate that. That helps my show grow. Hope all of you have terrific rest of your Sundays and great rest of your weekends. Take care and so long. I'll see you next time.